Okay, we're going to be building Wilko Blox Pirate ship quite soon. I'm just going to get this set up here. Give you one moment. Hey guys, welcome to the Toy Store live feed. So we're going to be doing the Wilko Blox Pirate ship live build today. I don't know if you've seen this set before, if you're familiar with Wilko Blox. It's basically the same as the Block Tech sets that you get across Europe and Asia. In the UK, they're manufactured by a retail store called Wilko's, and it's quite a cool little set. Looks like I get quite a lot of minifigs. It's compatible with Lego, and this one's 340 pieces, skill level apparently, so we'll see how we get on. Quite a lot of pieces here, so that's what we're going for. Oh yeah, so this is going to be the Lego monster truck that's come out a couple of months ago. We're going to be doing a live build of that next time, so be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification to see when that video comes up. Alright, so here we go. So if you are joining in on the live feed, let me know where you're watching from. We've got a lot of pieces here, 340 parts. Oh my gosh. So something Wilko Blox are great at doing is making sets where like 90% of the pieces are all the same colour. So this one, everything is brown by the look of it. We've got obviously the wooden hull on the ship. Previous videos we've done a double-decker bus that was bright red, and a London cab which was just all black, and that, I think that might have been the worst one, because just looking at a ton of black pieces was real hard work. Let me know how the audio is on the feed there if you're watching. Hopefully you can hear me over the rustling of bags. So if you're new to the channel, we do obviously toy reviews. We also do, actually that's all minifigs, I'm going to save that for later. We do toy reviews. We also do movie reviews for movies that are likely to have toys. So obviously superhero movies, all the cartoons that you get like Blaze and Paw Patrol, all that, we'll look at all of those toys. Superhero girls, DC, Marvel, you name it, we try and review everything. We also do reviews of the actual movies themselves, where we think they're going to go in the future and what toys and characters they may involve. So back to this build. Here we go. There may be some prolonged silences while I'm deep in thought. Hopefully you can see what's going on here. So we've got, this is going to be the base of our ship, and it's all going to go up from there. Okay. So this is a new style that we're trying out for the channel, the live feeds. We've also been trying out some review specific and sort of theory specific movie plot points for movies that are coming out. So We've talked about obviously Avengers 4 is going to be next year. We've talked about that one. We've also looked at what else did we look at? Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's coming out very soon. And we're going to be looking at other movies like Deadpool, all the DC movies. So we've got Shazam and Aquaman coming out. So it's going to be an interesting time. Lots of theories to look at. The next video we're going to do is on Ant-Man, talking about the villain in the movie, which is so it looks like there's a villain called Ghost, who's a lady villain. I suspect they may reveal a second villain in the movie, and I'll talk about that in the video. So again, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification if you want to know more about that when it comes out. So I'll build a few steps here and then I'll wave it up near the camera so you can see what it is I'm doing. But hopefully you get the gist and you'll be able to follow along. I suspect I may have already made a boo-boo, and I'm just going to move some pieces along here. This is what I get for trying to talk and build at the same time. So, have you built a Wilko Blox set yourself? Let me know down in the comments if you have, what one you've done. Have you done this pirate ship one or any of the other sets? They did a massive battleship set. That was about £60 when it came out. So, I mean, it was enormous. So you did get quite a lot for the money compared to, say, Lego. I never got actually to build it myself because it was in and out of the shop so fast where everyone jumped on it. So, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that set. If I'm able to grab one, I will obviously do a future video on it. Wow, this is a lot of brown bricks. Okay, so it says there's a treasure chest. Alright. So we've got the base of a box there. So I think that may be something unique to Blox sets. I've not seen anything like that in Lego. So if you are building your MOC pirate ship, or maybe a desert island, or, you know, that'd be great if you're doing a Pirates of the Caribbean MOC, something like that. Your own creation. Sweet. So, oh yeah, this set was actually only £10, which I think is pretty good going, for 340 bricks. And I didn't even see how many minifigs there were. Was that 5 minifigs? So that's pretty good value, I think. Oh, we've got some gold pieces to go in the treasure chest. Studs, just random small pieces. Yeah, we'll find those later. Cool. So you can see where we're at so far. Hopefully that makes sense. So I like to do these videos. I know a lot of people will use BrickLink or BrickVault, whatever it's called, to buy their own brick and then copy these sets. So I like to show you guys sort of step by step what it is that I'm doing so that you can build this yourself. I know these sets aren't available in quite a few other countries. Perhaps we may be able to arrange sending some out. If someone desperately wanted one of these, I could probably pick one up still and have it sent out to you. So let me know if you're interested in that. My gosh. So you can see it's going to be a fairly big model. It's already longer than our monster truck. So this, I think, is £15, 14, £15 in Lego. This was £10 for Wilko's. Yeah, definitely more bricks in this one. I'll let you decide what you think of the quality of it. I will have a little, I'll comment on it at the end, maybe point out some details that I've noticed about it, but generally, you know, you do get what you, I don't think that's fair actually, I think you get more than you pay for with the block sets. I think they are actually really good value for money. They aren't as good quality, the bricks, I don't think, particularly the minifigs, but you pay so much less that I think it is worth it in the end. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be putting these little cannons. Looks like I've got 3 aside. Let me know what you think as well of the format of the show. So we're trying out some new stuff just to try and improve the channel and just try and provide stuff that you're more interested in seeing. A different format that's maybe easier to watch and interact with, because we want to try and build a community here, you know, for people that love this sort of thing. I'm missing a brick. There you are. So let me know, do you like the format, the live feeds? Do you like the movie reviews that we've been doing? Or would you rather we went back to some of the old style stuff? We're in sort of a state of flux at the minute, so we're willing to try different stuff and see what works. Okay, so again, just a little catch up there. You can hear the treasure rattling inside the treasure chest. You know, you can freeze frame this if you want to pause it and take notes of what's going on. You see the cannons on the side there, where they're positioned. Wow, there is so much brown. Yeah. So I guess ideally, you know, you may want to lay all your bricks out ahead of time, because I'm having to really dig through here and find, you know, those specific bricks, and they all look the same, especially with my studio lights here, it's bouncing off and making everything the same colour. So it's quite difficult work. But, you know, these are supposed to be relaxing projects. You wouldn't be rushing through it in the way that I am if you were doing this at home. So here we go. If you miss any steps on this build, by the way, if you can't see, if it's not clear from the camera, drop me a message down in the comments, and we'll maybe arrange some close-up photos of particular details if that's what if you're interested in. If you want to try and copy this build, and I'll get that sent over. I think we're getting fairly close on the hull. Is there a deck? Yeah, there's a deck area and some fencing around the edges. Oh wow, cool, a little cannon. Sweet. So these sets, yeah, I mean, these are great for those random odd pieces, or if there's something that's difficult to find in Lego, you can usually pick up these sets quite cheap, and there'll be some, you know, unusual bricks that can be quite useful if you're trying to come up with something new, your own design, to submit to, you know, to Lego itself even. See here, we've got a massive instruction sheet, double-sided. We're on step 10 of 31. Let's keep going. Okay, so yeah, looks like we're building the top of the deck now. See, now this is what I was saying about the quality of some of these parts. So we've got these pieces, and they just keep they keep falling off of the cannons. So they're just pushed on the end of one of the studs, but they're not held on very tight. So I suspect this may be a display model rather than something your kids are going to actually play with, because they will get frustrated with that falling off. I'm going to leave those off. So I think this was something we spotted with some of the other builds, in particular the helicopters, is that you couldn't really play with them because they would just fall apart. They do look good when they're done, and so if you just put them on display, if you have maybe a little older kid that is happy to just put them up on a shelf and show off what they've built or come up with some new stuff, then these are ideal. As I say, they are a little less of an expense, so it really like pocket money sort of prices. Oh my gosh, I'm dropping everything. I'm just adding quite a lot of pieces around the edges here. I'll show you what I've been doing in a sec, once I've just done a complete lap around the top. If I can find the parts I need. There we go. There's one more L shape in the corner. There we go. So we've gone around the top. You can see sort of outriders, I guess they're called, around the edge. You can see how the ends are put together. Same at both ends. It's a fairly symmetrical model. The cannons are the cannons are laid out in different places. I've just broken the end off. Here we go. Let's keep going. Okay, this is some big panels going on now, so hopefully this is going to cover quite a bit of area fairly quick. I suspect this is suddenly going to get a lot more stable as well. There's a few wobbly pieces I was having to hold together whilst building it there. I suspect the deck is going to really solidify what we have and hold the sides of the whole together. Yeah, I mean that's feeling a lot better. So there's our top. And oh, we've got some details here. Okay, we've got some doors going on. That's cool. To access our treasure. We've got a few more interesting shapes going on now, so that's cool. So I've just added a couple of like arch shaped pieces there, and we've got some doors on the deck to get down below deck. you go. Similar sort of piece at the front there. Not really showing you very well. Hopefully you get the idea. Comment down below if you'd like me to make up a follow-up video with some screenshots of sort of step by step what we're doing. Oh no, these are some unusual pieces. Some like steps. Yeah. Okay. So we've got one more piece of the deck here, and I've had to put an arch on the edge. There's quite a lot of these circular bricks. All over the ship. Quite a lot of fencing around the edge of the ship. So that's really going to take some time. Oh my gosh. This the shape of this hull is reminding me, we did a city airport a set that came with a jumbo jet. Well, it's more like a private jet actually, sort of a small fuselage on it, and it had a lot of, you know, angled pieces underneath like this, and then it was quite, you know, wobbly while we were building, while I was building it, and then it suddenly came together towards the end and felt much better. So I suspect this is going to be the same. This is actually getting a bit more stable already. I don't know how well some of the details are going to fare up. We shall see. Oh. More of these circular bricks. might notice there's a 6x1 in black hidden away in there. Just making things a little more sturdy. Starting to look like a ship. Okay, so we've got a bracket for our cannon. Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, I think this is definitely going to be a display piece. Certainly not one that I'd recommend for smaller kids. It does say 3+ years. I suspect a 3-year-old isn't going to have the patience to put all these pieces together. I mean, you know, if you play it by ear, every child is different. I suspect if it was with my 3-year-old, I may end up just building it myself with him watching and just handing me the pieces, because this is quite fiddly and there's a lot to hold together while you're building it. Got some bright red doors going on. So that thin 6x1 that I showed you hidden away in the hole, these doors are going on there, directly on. Get this layer on and I'll show you up against the camera again what it is that's going on here. There's quite a lot happening right now. I will try my best to show you what we've got happening. There's quite a few bricks that are just kind of hanging on by one stud. Again, I'm hoping they put a deck on the top there, so these corner pieces are kind of just floating over the edge, just hanging on by one stud. Then if you noticed as well earlier, I put a thin 2x1 underneath there to hold those pieces together. So we'll see how it goes. Next. Yeah, I will say the guys over at Wilko Blox have got some interesting design choices for their buildings. I don't know if Lego would, if this was a design that had been submitted to Lego, I don't know that they would have chosen it. But it's definitely a bit different. I really liked the double-decker bus set that we did. There was quite a few pieces in that. That was only £5, and that one I think I had a lot more going for it. I am actually enjoying this set. It's a little more involved, and there's some interesting bits where it's literally, so quite a large brick that is literally just balanced on one stud. It's there and there. Four of them together, and each of those is just balanced on one stud in a corner. So it's all a bit sketchy at the moment. I'm assuming they're going to be joined up somehow to try and make it a little more solid. Yep. Now I've not had it yet, but I expect at some point there'll be a build where there's a brick missing, and I'll be live streaming. There'll be a brick missing, and I'll have to dive into my spare parts box. It's not happened yet. We shall see. Will today be the day? So those doors, I thought that was going to be where the minifig goes into like a cabin, but then there's a 6x1 in brown going across the top there, so no minifig is going to be able to fit through that. Do the doors actually open still? Yeah, they do, okay. So the doors do open, but the minifig is going to be twice as tall as those doors. I thought that would be a cabin, but maybe it's just a storage area for cannonballs. Okay. Moving on. So as you see it now, it's saying to use a 2x6 in brown, and I can't see it. Did I do it? Did I go wrong somewhere? No, I don't think there's anything I've done. There's some black ones earlier. Oh, you know what, I'm being daft. It's okay, so another weird design choice. So rather than using, you know, one larger piece, they like to join some smaller pieces to make up one big bit. It's all very odd, and I've noticed this before on some of the other Wilko Blox sets. So I'm just going to join those together. And again, that's just going to perch on the end of this nose. Is that the stern or starboard or port? I can't remember. I did know when I was a kid. Very sketchy and strangely balanced parts up the front here. On the instructions as well, it's some different colours going on. So I mean, on the box it shows as white. In the instructions it appears as white, but right in front of me these parts are grey. There's no other parts, so I definitely got the right pieces. There's no other piece that size. I think maybe it was just a change between the prototype on the box and actual production. I think that brilliant white may have been a little off-putting anyway, so I actually prefer the grey. next. We are getting there. Okay. Okay, so this looks like now that, that wobbly rear end is going to get a bit more solid, which will be a relief. Nobody wants a wobbly rear end. You may, if you do decide to purchase this set, you may want to set up a larger work area. I'm struggling to find space. I'm going to move this truck down here. And got some interesting pieces. That's going to be our sail. Cool. Pieces are really hiding from me now. Loads and loads more of these fence posts. Is that what they're called? You may have guessed I know absolutely nothing about boats, but I know that they look quite cool. Okay, the table is starting to look quite empty now. We are running out of pieces. That rear end is still fairly wobbly. The back is really just balanced on there at the moment. Make sure you have a nice stable surface to work on if you're doing this set. So I suspect you drop this and that's going to be the end of it. Close to the finish line now. Okay, so we've got this interesting steering wheel. Looks like it's come straight out of just a modern car. So maybe not really in keeping with the theme of the pirate ship. Something a little more nautical would be cool, and it's just attached straight onto a block. Obviously the Lego kits you usually get like an actual steering column that they attach to. Okay, we've got a couple of lights. Got two different colours. I think I may have put the treasure one on the side and the actual lamp in the treasure box. But you get the idea. Okay. We've got our mast, is that the word? Quite an unusual piece. Looks like a Technic part. I don't know if I've ever seen that in Lego before. So again, that may be something useful if you're planning on doing a build at home. We're going up to the third hole. And another one there. More Technic pieces going on here. So just a rod, fairly long. How long is that? Like, hang on, 4 plus 8, 1, 2, 14, 16. 16 studs long. So this is going to make up part of the actual bracketry to hold the sail in place. Pretty soon we're going to be ready to hit the high seas. Fairly certain this wouldn't actually float. Of course, there's nothing to stop you trying. Let's see, there's some pieces. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, right. So we've got these oars. It's kind of like a old-timey shaving, was it cutthroat razor? Put a little bracket on the end. I'm going to clip to those outriggers. Yeah. Try and show you some of the details on there. I'm really not convinced by this front end. I'm assuming that's supposed to be like a lot of ships had like mermaids and stuff on the front of them, or like a bust of a woman. The rear is quite cool, but it is a little wobbly. Those last few pieces that did solidify it up a bit, but again, I think if this was Lego, it may be a bit more detailed and solid, although probably twice the price. Let's just get the last of these oars on. Okay, there's no left and right on these oars. So they're all going so one side of the ship is going to be going backwards. Our pirates will be going around in circles. I'll show you what I mean. So you can see on this side of the ship, the blade is kind of at the front, that squared off edge. On this side, the blade is at the back. I guess if you were really bothered, you could just clip them on upside down, but then you've got the upside down of a brick on display. I don't know. Oh, I think we're real near the end now. Last big sort of prominent piece. Whoa, and knocked the microphone over. Hopefully you guys can still hear. Okay. So got a grey on the end of that rod there. Put the sail on and then clamp it on with a second one. So you can see what's going on, hopefully. Got a grey bracket on both sides. Cool, and that's going to go just in all four corners of, oh, put those on, all four corners of the sail. You know what, I'll put the sail back to front too. It is a slightly more bold print on one side than the other. So pay attention to what you're doing, as I clearly am not. There we go. So I mean that's pretty cool. Get that last little piece on. So I mean, for £10, I don't think you're going to get that much build time from a Lego set. So I'm quite digging it. I think there are places it could definitely be improved. It'd be nice if maybe the cannon had a little function to actually shoot a ball out of there. It's spring loaded perhaps, you know. The sail's cool. The little cannons on the side are a bit janky and could maybe be attached a little better. I like the details of the treasure box and the treasure itself, though just a few loose gold bricks doesn't really count. It'd be nice if they put in some, you know, coins to represent doubloons, or maybe some rubies or something to look a little more like actual treasure rather than just some random gold shapes. I like it. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Hope you enjoyed the video. Oh, you know what? We've just got a ship with no crew. So while I wrap up the video, I'm going to quickly put some of these guys together. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please do let us know what you think of this build down in the comment section. Like I say, this is a new style I'm trying out for the channel. I'm trying to just make the channel a little bit more fun for you guys. So if it's something you feel like you want to see more of, please let me know. If you don't want to see more of it, please let me know. And I will try my best to bring more content to you every week. Here we go, got a head. So I don't know if you've seen these minifigs before. They come in a lot more pieces than a regular Lego minifig. So for instance, the arms, you've got a forearm and the bicep, you know, in two pieces. So you have to actually clip those together to make a complete arm. And then that has to clip on the torso. You know, with a Lego set, that would have all come as one piece. I'm not actually following what's going on here, if I'm doing it right, but there's 5 guys worth of stuff, so I'm just going to knock together something to represent a typical example of one of these minifigs. So I'm not sure if Wilko's are still producing new sets. At one point they put out quite a lot. Last year in the summer they brought out the battleship set. There was a Formula 1 kind of race crew truck with a couple of cars, and it was a massive set as well. And they were really cool, and for the money I don't think they could be beat. Some of the earlier sets were a little more questionable. Some of the build quality wasn't great. Some of the pieces just really didn't look very good. I think they really upped their game last year, and since then I've not really seen any newer sets coming out. So the pirate ship and the double-decker bus were some of the later ones that I saw come out, and I've really sort of sat on them for a while because I've had other videos to do, and I just thought I'd break this one out now to see what you guys think. They are available in the shops, and I say for £10 it's pretty good going. I think I've done nearly an hour build here, and I really rushed through it as well. If you would take your time and maybe do a bit of a better job than I did, you would it would definitely entertain the kids for a little while. So there you go. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being patient and coming to the end of this video. I really do appreciate. all your views, likes and comments. So thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.